a Victorian Duke romance, where duty fell in love with grace. They were never meant to love. He was the Duke of Ravenscroft, raised on duty, groomed for legacy, taught that the heart was a weakness best mastered early. His future had already been arranged in ink and expectation, a marriage for alliances, a life for appearances. She was Eleanor Whitcomb, newly titled Duchess by inheritance alone, graceful, intelligent, and inconveniently sincere. She had lost her parents young and learned early that survival required quiet strength. Society admired her poise, but no one truly saw her, until the Duke did. They met beneath crystal chandeliers and polite conversation, a formal bow, a measured smile, nothing improper, nothing dangerous. And yet, everything changed. He noticed how she listened more than she spoke, how her laughter arrived softly, like it had been earned. She noticed how his eyes carried weight, how loneliness followed him like a shadow he never acknowledged. They spoke of books, of duty, of the quiet ache of being trapped inside expectations that were never chosen. Still, they kept their distance, because a duke does not follow his heart, and a duchess does not ask to be chosen. Letters were written but never sent. Glances lingered too long. Feelings grew in silence, restrained by etiquette and fear. Then came the night of the winter ball. Music swelled, candles flickered, and news spread like frost across the room. His engagement had been announced, not to her. Eleanor smiled, curtsied, left early. The Duke stood frozen. For the first time in his life, duty felt like betrayal. 3 days later, he rode through the snow to her estate, ignoring scandal, reputation, and every rule he had ever obeyed. "I have lived my life as I was told," he said, voice unsteady. "But loving you was the only truth I never learned to resist." Eleanor did not cry. She simply looked at him and said, "I would rather walk beside you in uncertainty than stand alone in comfort." He broke the engagement that same week. Society whispered, titles trembled, expectations shattered. But years later, they would say this, that the Duke who chose love ruled better than any who chose fear, and the Duchess who was once overlooked became the quiet strength of a great house. Some romances are born of passion, others are born of courage. Subscribe for more Duchess and Duke romance stories where love defies legacy and hearts rewrite history.